Should a man hit a woman? Absolutely not. And the answer is simple. There's too much of a power gap. Men are like 10 times the strength of women. Well, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. But I did see a statistic a while back. Men are about 3 times the strength of the woman. And that's a lot. 3 times, that's a lot of power. Right? It's a lot of power difference. Naturally, men have a lot more muscle mass than women. And, you know, they're pretty much greater in every aspect of athletics, assuming they train and all. Maybe women may have the slight edge in long distance running because they're carrying a lot less muscle mass than most men in general. So they're probably going to be a lot more prone to being quicker. But if you were to do sprinting, chances are the man is going to blow the woman out the park. Back to the topic of the video though. In this video, we cannot ignore women attacking men. Let's get straight to it. So, immediately when I started this video, I already got into as to why I believe, and you know, stated my reasonings. You know, yeah, I want to get my camera like this. Stated my reasonings. My clear logical reasoning as to why men shouldn't hit women, because we're a lot stronger, we're 3 times their strength, and we have the power to kill them. The 10 Commandments in the Bible, which back in the book of Exodus, God gave to Moses. Moses went up the sky and took the tombs, showed the Israelites, and one of the 10 Commandments, I believe it was the first one, thou shalt not kill. Of course. Absolutely, I agree. But women, you know, society has, and I'm not telling you all women are bad, by no means. There's good and bad, and that's for everything in life. But nowadays, in this century, you know, this period, at least for the past quarter of a century, because we're a quarter of our way into the next, society has told us that all women are angels and they're like Disney princesses. And often, commonly in this day and age, when you educate a woman on the dangers of what a man is capable of doing, to which I absolutely agree, it's, you know, everyone's like, oh, respect, yeah, and, you know, respect, rightfully so. Rightfully so. However, when you flip that around, and we want to make videos and just educate men in general on the dangers that women can do, because that's something that isn't done enough, it's all seen as tabooed, and then you want to be quick to call us misogynists. Can we not keep ourselves safe the same way women keep themselves safe to protect ourselves? Because there's this massive issue with women. Now, I'm not telling you all women, of course. However, they do exist, and I need to address this because I don't believe enough people are doing so. So I told you our reasonings for, you know, the general reasonings as to why men do not, you know, choose to attack a woman, and it's rightfully so. And with that reasoning that we wield, I believe it's noble and should always be carried out. Chivalry, if you will, is great. But women tend to take advantage of this. They hit you back. And I believe one of the because I'll get to that. I believe that one of the main reasons why women tend to talk shit a lot, especially with men in arguments, yes, them being emotional, I'm sure that plays a factor into that. But they also tend to say some wild shit and they get away with it because of the mere fact that they know they can't get punched, or they can get punched, but we choose not to because of our principles, right? It's like, if I'm in public and I call a man a bitch, I'm probably gonna get beat. It's probably gonna fucking punch my face. It's gonna fucking hurt. Obviously, I deserve to get punched in the face, but knowing who I am as a guy, I'd probably scrap back. But I would never do that because I have mindfulness. But I'm just using that as an example in general. If you call someone a bitch, he's probably gonna come after you, bro. And that's the real world. That's how mass men work. We're not taking disrespect, you know. With women, they know they cannot be hit. Hence why it's so common for them to attack men physically, right? And that's an issue. That's a big issue. Because the egos get into their heads now, and they think they have this princess privilege, and they can do whatever they want. Someone needs to remind these women that not everyone is as cool-headed as I. There are some men out there who will just not take disrespect no matter what. Not everyone is as cool-headed as I am. Because there's some men out there who would beat the shit out of you women. They have the strength to do so, and do I promote this? No. But see this as a warning. Because not every man is as cool-headed and as stoic and as mindful as I am. Right? Everyone cried about feminism, right? Those men are emotional, they have no emotional control. They gave you what you wanted, right? They'll give you that emotional battle you want and happily knock you the fuck out. They may even kill you. Is it just? Absolutely not. But keep your hands to yourself. That's the main message of the video. Right? And it's not even about, honestly at this point, it's not even about, oh, you're emotional, or hit men, hit strangers as much as you want. It's not even about that. It's about being an adult. You're a principled adult. Have some respect for yourself. Have some respect for a mutual level of respect for people. A mutual level of respect. Because women, they really do act like children sometimes, in that sense, constantly hitting men and whatnot. I understand it. No, I don't understand it. That's why I'm making the video. I don't know why I said that. They use that as a reason. They use our principles against us. We're trying to save you. Men watching this video, would you pick a fight with a bear? Drop your ego. Would you actually pick a fight with a bear? Absolutely not, because you know what will happen. They're 10 times our strength. Gorillas probably has the strength of 10 men combined. They'll mop the floor of us and kill us. That is why. And it's the same with the whole female and man context. But would you like to know the only difference to which enables, a woman to feel that she has the need to hit a man and us to not want to hit a gorilla? Even though, I guess, maybe the power difference in terms of, the gorilla being about 10 times our strength and us being 3 times the woman's strength may differ. But the point applies, you're still going to feel a lot of pain based on the difference in muscle mass, right? But the only difference is, in the same context, we're intelligent and we have mindfulness, whereas gorillas don't. They act purely on instinct. They don't even have a spirit. They have a soul. Animals don't have spirits. They only have souls. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. A soul is just for the world. Spirit is for life after death. We have the spirit in us, man. Animals don't have spirits. Animals don't have spirits. So we have the intelligence. We could discern. And I believe more women need to know this. Because I think it was last year, probably the year before, right? And I was in a shop called Asda in an area in London, Tottenham Borough, right? So I was in this Asda shop, and this woman was accusing this man. The man was a worker. The woman was accusing the man for hitting her. And then the guy said, she hit me first. Does that, justify the man hitting the woman? In general, no, I don't believe men should hit women. And I believe the woman should have put her hands to herself. So, it's one thing for all of us to say, oh, why did the guy hit the woman? But the woman put her hands on him first. Of course, she got hit back. She got what she wanted. You really think in this world, you can punish and disrespect someone and have no punishment? You're in for another thing coming. The world doesn't work like that. It's a reality check. And it should never come to that. We should have the mindfulness, as grown men and women, 18 plus, to know better. But society doesn't. Most women don't. And unfortunately, it's come to me having to make this video to inform you guys and girls. We've seemed to lose that. Understand, not every man is as level-headed as I am and won't hit back. Some people, they've been craving for that moment, for someone to try them. And they don't discriminate. The hands really are E-rated for everyone. Must be said. But there are extreme circumstances also. Because, yes, men may be more prone to the abusive side in the physical sense. But let's not neglect the psychological damage. and emotional damage women are capable of, because they're master manipulators. And they use this, whole narrative of, oh, women are innocent to their advantage. One thing about women I've learned, women hate being held accountable. They love to call people out on their bullshit, but when it's their turn, some of them, they'll take it to the grave. And some of them, they'll hire people to kill you just because they're so scared to be keeping accountable. There's extreme circumstances at times also when the relationship is too toxic, and, whether it may be the man or the woman, making the relationship toxic, that doesn't matter. It's the mere fact that at times ends up with the woman having a knife in their hand trying to hurt the man. And the man still has so much chivalry to the point where it would be absolutely justified to him knocking you out cold. Even though it's assault, but you are threatened though. The knife is more dangerous than the fist. The fist is lethal. The knife is lethal. The fist can be too. But in terms of just pure damage, well, the knife is totally different story. It needs to be spoken about more. It needs to be said, and it needs to be known that not every woman is this beautiful, pretty Disney princess like society's made it out to be. You may see her face, she may look so cute. Oh, she's so innocent. Trust me, they're capable of psychological damage that isn't informed nearly as much as it should to men. I don't understand why women believe they can attack us men constantly and get away with it. Now, if you punch them as a joke, of course that's different. But I'm talking about with the pure intent to harm. And we tend to overlook it like it's nothing. Talk about double standards, right? You could plausibly be in a bus or just in any form of public setting, right? The women can give wombo combos to the guy in terms of physical hits, slap him at 50 hit combos. No one bats an eye. The moment a man wants to protect himself, even if he gets his hand out to block the hits, society wants to say, huh? Oh, no. Why? Why do you always frame the men to be the villain? I'm not saying you men are 100% innocent. I'm sure there's times that the man's being the dick. But I'm talking about in these scenarios. Why do we do that? Why? Why can't we just make it equal? I understand men and women are very fundamentally different, but we should still carry the fundamental principles of self-respect, not putting your hands on someone. And to the women that do cry, like I told you in the beginning of this video, should men hit women? I told you absolutely not, it's wrong. And not everyone is as cool, level-headed as I am. I've been hit by many women with fierce intent. I never hit them back. But maybe this one time I did 11 years ago when I didn't know any better. Yeah, I went a bit overboard, but that was only one time in my life. 11 years ago, I was 8 years old and I learnt my lesson. But post that, there've been many times women would hit me, and it fucking hurts, man. I'm telling you, don't get me wrong, we're still 3 times their strength. Doesn't mean they can't inflict damage, bro. These slaps these women give, no, I'm a jack guy, bro. I work out. Even I'm telling you that it fucking hurts. I have strong bones. Even I'm telling you that the slaps and punches they give you, it fucking hurts, and they don't realize it. The reason why we're able to get away with it is because our principles. There's nothing stopping us from hitting them back. Do I encourage it? Absolutely not. Yeah, like I told you in the beginning, I know the harm to it. I just wish women thought the same. And I get it, their emotion and whatnot. But don't let that, but I get you're emotional, but you still have some logic in you. Doesn't mean you don't abandon the principles of just being a good, normal, moral human. It's like you're not going to push someone on the road. But some female manipulators, they really do that though. Hence why they're making of this video. Because society's framed women as these angels. Going back to that whole knife situation, let's say the relationship was toxic. We live in a very feminist world nowadays because we all cried for it and then we realized how much we fucked up. But this is already asked for, right? So if the man were to call the police just to protect himself, the man is going to be more likely to get arrested than the woman who's inflicting the damage and started the conflict in the first place. Make that one make sense. Because I can't. I really can't. But it's good we live in the 21st century now. We got our cameras, we got our little YouTube clips, you got a camera on our phone. Protect yourself.